I recently made the hardest decision I've ever made in my entire life. Do I keep this or do I keep this? The answer lies at the end of the video. Hello everyone, welcome to the WorshipCast pedal shootout between the Strymon timeline and the Empress Echosystem. So what we're doing today is I'm playing a Duesenberg Star Player TV into a Maz 38 Senior, no reverb, going into an AT2020 Audio-Technica microphone into the system here. And how I'm going to do this is I have some presets set up for you guys, some quarter note, some dotted eighth, things, and as we go I'll explain, and I'm going to play the same chords and riffs and things on each setting so you can get a general idea of kind of what this is all about and what it really sounds like. I'm also going to be going through chords and ideas that you would play in a typical worship setting. So we'll be doing simple chords. We'll be doing your chord inversions or your triads that you generally play in kind of more of driven songs. And then we'll be looking at simple melodies and things that you would be playing either over the top of something or behind something. So to start with, this is my clean tone. From there, we're going to be moving into the first setting I have on the timeline for us here. The regular digital delay, quarter note, repeats. Again, chords, triads, and melody. Here we go. The second setting we're going to be looking at that I have set up for us is the regular tape delay setting. Very low filter on it, just kind of your standard tape delay setting, set to a dotted eighth delay. Very standard one that you'll be using or already used on a very regular basis. Here we go, chords first, followed by the rest. All right, moving ahead to the next setting. I have the D bucket or the bucket brigade delay set up in this thing. Again, very low filter, but going back to a regular quarter note delay, I'm going to be kind of playing the same things again, chords, triads, melodies that I pull from regular songs. Here we go with those. For our next setting, I have set up one of my favorite settings. It's the filter delay. Not necessarily as useful as some of the other ones on a regular basis, but super fun to play with. I'm going to be using another dotted eighth delay setting and doing the same things as before: chords, triads, and simple melodies. Here we go. Alright everyone, now we're going to put the Empress Echosystem to the test. I've got the settings set up as similar as I could to the timeline in the first part of this video so that you can go back and forth and compare and find out which one that you like the best. We will start with my clean tone, and then I'll run into each setting and tell what they are. And again, we're going to be doing chords, your triad inversions, and then looking at simple melody lines from songs, the things you'll be doing on a regular Sunday. Here we go, starting with clean tone. So we'll be starting with our regular digital delay set to a quarter note repeat. Here we are. Alright, now we'll be moving to our second preset. Back to the tape delay, set to a dotted eighth setting, running through the same ideas. Here we go. Alright, we'll be scrolling to our next preset, back to the analog bucket brigade style delays here, back to a quarter note. Go ahead and start with that one now. right, the last one that I have set up for you here, we're going to another filter delay. Again, not as useful on a regular Sunday morning outing. However, a lot of fun to play with. Set back to a dotted eighth time. Let's go with that. This is one of my favorites. Alright, on large delay machines, everybody loves to play with the tape setting. There's plenty of ways to get in and make the tape sound old, beat up, mess with the tape heads, really get that old echoplex sound really is what everybody's after. So on the timeline, we are going to stretch the tape delay kind of as far as we can get it to go, and play a couple of familiar riffs for you guys so that you can hear what an old beat up tape sounds like through the timeline. Here we go. Just like with the timeline, the Echosystem does a great job with the tape delay, but everybody likes to play with them, get that old tape sound, that good warble. So we're going to play with it the same way we did with the timeline, play the same songs, so that you can compare the two and see which one you like better. Here we are. Back to the timeline in a more overdriven setting. A lot of your regular Sunday morning kind of just crunchy sounds. So we're going to start with just my clean tone. We're going to run through the digital quarter note delay and then into the tape dotted eighth delay. Just doing those two, a little bit more overdrive appropriate kind of things. Here we are with my clean-ish tone. From here. Now moving back to our dotted eighth tape delay, the bread and butter of every worship guitarist. Here we are. Going back to the Empress Echosystem in a more overdriven setting, we're going to be going through a digital delay again, regular quarter note, and then back to a tape delay, dotted eighth again, playing a little bit more overdriven style sounds, just like with a timeline, so that you can hear the difference. So here we go. Here's my clean tone. And let's get started. Now we'll be moving to the tape, dotted eighth delay. One more time from the Echosystem. The timeline has a setting that is different from any other setting on any other pedal I've ever seen. It's the ice setting. It's very strange. I don't know exactly how useful it is on a regular basis. We're going to check it out because it does something here that I've never seen anything else do quite like it. So it's set to the 2 octaves above setting. We'll talk about that a little later on. But here we are, the timeline ice setting. Just like how the timeline has a unique ice setting, the unique thing about the Echosystem is the ability to use any 2 delays at the same time, which we haven't played a lot with in this video up to this point, but that we will talk about soon. But I wanted to play some of my favorite settings that I've made. The first one that we're going to do here is a digital quarter delay and a dotted eighth tape delay played together at the same time. And just so you can hear what the 2 delays at the same time sound like when you just pluck a note and let it go. Between the 2 pedals, I've got to say that this is my favorite setting between them. No matter which one I choose at the end of the video, this is the coolest one. So this is another very unique to the Echosystem. 2 delays run at the same time. It's a dotted eighth tape delay with a reverse delay played at the same time. So this is very cool. So at the end of the day, which one of these 2 pedals was better? Really, it's not about which pedal is better. And I won't say that one's better than the other, because I love them both. But on my personal board, I really could only choose one, because who has the room or the funding? So I have chosen, of these 2, to stick with the timeline for a couple of different reasons. From what you heard earlier throughout the video, the timeline has to my ear, has a much smoother, mellower sound than the Echosystem does. Not to say that that's a bad thing, because the Echosystem can pop out and be much more heard and be kind of more out front than the timeline. But to me, I feel like the timeline does for my ear, a better job of really getting that delay sound that I look for. The other thing about them that we didn't go into in the video is that the timeline, to me, is easier to control on the fly, and it's easier to be able to look and see on the screen what it is exactly that you're playing. I found that when I had multiple things on the Echosystem, multiple presets, that I was trying to remember colors, remember what each one was. And so when you're on the fly, if you're not going with click tracks and some of that kind of stuff, and you don't really have every song preset if you're going by sound, it still is easier to pull up your sounds on the timeline than it is on the Echosystem. For me, again, neither one I think is better than the other. It depends on how you play, what you're looking for. But in the end, for me personally, I decided to stick with the timeline. Let us know in the comments what you think, which one that you thought sounded better, at least for your playing style. In the future, we're going to be doing lots more of these kinds of shootouts, so please come back. Just look for, any of our shootouts will be announcing them ahead of time and all that kind of stuff. Again, we are the WorshipCast. Check us out on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get the community going. Hope you guys enjoyed this pedal demo. I hope it's useful to you. Thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the WorshipCast.